going on? This is Jugo Azul coming at you from Jugo Azul versus Entertainment on Blogger. You can check out the blog at http://jugoazul.blogspot.com, and you can check out features on independent artists. You got celebrity gossip, you got entertainment news, you got event postings. If you ever want your event for your entertainment venue posted, or your nightlife venue, just hit me up at jugoazulentertainment@gmail.com and I got you. Make sure you people continue to check out the blog. Make sure you continue to check out the Facebook page as well, facebook.com/JugoAzulENT. Okay, so today we got a special treat for you. R&B artist Idrise. We're gonna make sure that we continue to bring you all the most quality in artist features. Idrise has been kind enough to go ahead and send us some video commentary of all the interview questions we have for him. Usually, we're on the blog, we'll go ahead and we'll have the interview questions, we'll post them, this is what we asked, and then they'll get an answer. But Idrise was nice enough and provided us with video commentary on this. So, I'm going to go ahead and let you get into that, and we hope you enjoy it. Make sure you continue to follow us on Twitter at Jugo Azul. Make sure you follow my artist development blog at Crystal Develop. Okay? Check us out. Keep us in mind when you need anything entertainment-wise, and we got you all day. Jugo Azul Entertainment. That's how we do all day. Let me develop you. Alright? So, I ain't gonna hold you up too much longer. Check it out. Interview with R&B singing artist Idrise.
Who is Idrise? Well, I'm Idrise. Nice to meet you. Well, that's my real name. People ask me sometimes, what's your artist name? And I'm like, well, that is my artist name. It's my real name, and hopefully you like it because that's what you're getting. So, I'm a pop and R&B artist from originally from the San Francisco Bay Area, and I went to high school down in Palm Springs, Palm Desert, and that's kind of what I call home. I joined the Air Force when I was 19, and I made my way out here to the DC area. So now I've been living here for a couple years, and I've been stationed at Fort Meade, and through it all I've been making a name for myself as an artist. So I'm not going to go too detailed, but if you get me talking, I can go for a while. So, where do I start? When I was younger, obviously, like most other artists, started singing before you could remember. Just in the back, in the car seat, while your parents up front singing, you're singing along with them. I was also in choirs all the way through middle school, elementary school, middle school, high school, but as an artist overall, it was a combination of that and the influences I got from some of my favorite artists that I grew up listening to from my dad and mom, some of the great R&B artists of the 80s and 90s. Back when R&B was really R&B. So, obviously there's Boyz II Men and New Edition and Blackstreet, but I really liked Guy, I liked Troop, I liked R. Kelly, which was a little bit later, but, I liked LSG. I really liked R&B a lot, so it always provided an outlet to sing. Some people like to work out or to run to get that outlet or that release. And for me, it was singing, because with music, there's so many different songs that you can relate to a lot of times, or you could see someone, or know someone that is going through that situation. So when you're singing along with one of these songs, sometimes you can, you'll feel it a little bit more than others if you've actually gone through the exact same experience. But that's why I like music, because a lot of times the person who wrote the song can really put true feelings on a piece of paper, and then turn it into a melodic masterpiece that people will remember for the rest of their lives. Honestly, in my opinion, it's all one big project. I think ever since I first stepped into the booth a couple years ago to now has just been a long project, and getting to where I am today. Because the things that, if I want to say, oh, the project I worked on in the past was was an album, and you know, now I'm working on another album. You know, to me, that's not even an accurate description of what really happens. Not for me anyway. What really happens is you start working on an album, or what you think is going to be an album, and then every song that you make ends up being better than the last one, and then that song ends up being, you know, the next song is better than the last, and then that whole album worth the songs that you just got, you only choose 2 of the 10 to go on your album, because you know that the next few songs are going to be, you know, are going to be better than that, or you know that you have now a new direction that you found. Because for me, since I was so new to it, I found that I had a different sound, or you know, I was honing my own skills and bringing out that Idrise voice that you hear now to, you know, from what I started with. So in reality, it all ended up just being one big project. Now, originally my goal was to try to put together a demo, you know, and this was from day one, when I had never recorded before. And what actually made me go record was because I didn't know how this industry worked. I went up to New York, I walked into a label, and I asked the director there, you know, basically what I had to do, you know, and he's like, well, I guess you could just sing for me right now. So I sang for him, and he's like, you sound good, and you look good. He's like, but I need to know what you sound like when you recorded. He's like, I want you to go back and record something, you know, I got some other things going on right now, but go back, record some music, see what you can do, and send it back to me. It doesn't have to be professional, but, you know, because I've been doing this for a long time, I'll be able to hear the quality and hear what the potential is. And I'm like, all right, I'll go do it. So that is what started me off, and I came back down to Baltimore, and that's when I met Nick Rich and Test Me and BJR and all these cats that I came across, and I started just working. And every song that my first 3 songs, I got him and sent them to him right away, and he liked them, and he's like, keep them coming. You know, I've got some people that I'm working with now, and they like it too, but we want to hear more. We want to, you know, and I think he just knew. He was, and I've talked to him now even, and he's told, he told Q that from the beginning, he heard the potential, you know, he heard Idrise, you know, the potential to be the Idrise that I am now. It just wasn't quite there yet. I still needed to develop. But, you know, these days, you know, a lot of labels aren't really developing artists. You know, it's kind of hard, you know, and you know, who knows? It could be the economy, it could be whatever. But either way, it's not happening as often as it used to. So I had to develop myself, and I have. So, you know, after all of that, in the end, you end up with this project that started off as trying to put a demo together to get signed, and then I ended up moving to trying to put an even better, more professional demo together to start shopping, you know, putting out to labels and shopping myself, trying to get a management deal or trying to get a production deal or something. But that's hard to get. You know, and with the way that social networking is these days, I mean, anybody can just put a song out there, and you know, it's like literally trying to find a needle in a haystack. If someone was looking for me, and who knows who's looking for me, but you're just like, you know, the other millions of artists out there putting their songs on YouTube and putting their songs on SoundCloud, and you know, it's really, I think, a lot of luck, you know, but luck mixed with your hard work and dedication to try to get noticed can eventually end up as something good, a good situation in the end. And that's kind of what I'm hoping is going to happen. And I look forward to it because I think it can. So then now my project, actually, just as of this week, I decided to say, you know what? In this long project that I've been doing, I'm kind of shifting gears again, because doing the demo thing, you know, I've got one now. I can start pushing that out. Yeah, great. But then what? Do I just sit here and push that demo out and sit here and twiddle my thumbs and wait for a response? I don't think so. Like, I don't think there's there's not gonna be any fun in that. First of all, I'll be bored out of my mind, but I don't think I'll be making any forward progress. Like, what am I gonna be sitting here doing nothing while hoping and praying for a response? That's not gonna happen. So what I'm doing now is, while I'm waiting for responses and I'm still pushing out there, I'm gonna actually be trying to distribute my own music, you know, while I'm still making more. And, you know, eventually that could possibly turn into some, you know, return on my own investment. I couldn't tell you how many tens of thousands of dollars that I've, you know, put into this, into my project and into my long project so far. And, you know, the bonuses that I've gotten, you know, for enlisting and re-enlisting is is pretty much gone. But you know, it's all because it's my passion, you know, and I believe in it, and it's worth it to me. You know, I've already, honestly, with the happiness that I have with what I've accomplished, that I could say that I don't know many other people that have accomplished what I've accomplished. And you know, and besides, even if I did know people that have accomplished what I have, I still think that I'm at a level that if I didn't make it any further, I would still be happy with what I've gotten, and I still think it was all worth it, because I couldn't trade in, you know, the memories and the things that I've done, and you know, the sounds that I've created and the people's lives who I can possibly affect with my music for anything. So, in the end, this project, the past project, the current project, the next project is all just one big project to try and make a dent in this industry. So now the question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Well, in 5 years, I have no idea where I'm going to be. I leave that up to God. But where I would like to be is doing tours and shows with some of the biggest artists in the world, and just having a good time and being able to do what I love and make a living at it. Just having the time of my life, you know, because who wouldn't want to do something that they're really passionate about the rest of their life until they retire? That's exactly what I want to do. And I am very passionate about the Air Force and what I do for the Air Force. So if the music industry, for whatever reason, if God doesn't have that in my path, then maybe He has this, you know, the Air Force in my path, and it's something that I love as well, and I'm enjoying that. So I'm not in any way, you know, I'm not mad about anything. If I were to have to walk away from the Air Force and do music, that's my number one deep passion, so I would love that. But if I had to walk away from music to keep in with the Air Force career, then I wouldn't be mad about that either. So, but like I said, 5 years from now, who knows what can happen? But I hope that it would happen a lot sooner than 5 years, that I can bust into this industry and make a name for myself. I mean, 5 years it'll go by quickly. But, you know, I'm going to push as hard as I can to make it happen a lot sooner than that. And, you know, it's one step at a time, but, you know, once you set one goal, you just got to set another one, you know, and I've set so many goals and I've reached them all, and so now I'm setting more and hope to reach those as well. So we'll see what happens. If fans want to follow, keep up with me, stalk me, whatever you're into, I have a number of ways you can get in contact with me, or just, you know, hear my music or see videos. I've got Facebook.com/Idrise Music. I've got Twitter.com/Idrise Music. I've got IdriseMusic.tumblr.com. I've got Instagram at Idrise Music. I've got IdriseMusic.com. There's so many ways. SoundCloud.com/Idrise Music. But I'd say, because there are so many ways out there, you never know. You got to try everything in case somebody doesn't have any of the other ones. But I'd say if you're watching this and you want the easiest way to stay up to date on everything, if you have an Android phone, I have an app in the Google Play Store. You just type in Idrise, IDRISE, and search for it, and you can download that for free. On that app, you'll be able to access all my music, my photos, my Instagram, my Twitter feed, Facebook, all that. Bio, whatever you want to see is on there. I also, you know, you can go on YouTube and type Idrise in on there, and you're gonna be able to find my videos, Idrise Music. They're all tagged, so you'll find them all. If you want to go just listen to the music and see what people are, you know, what kind of comments people are leaving on my music and what they think of it and what kind of impressions I'm getting, you can go to SoundCloud.com/Idrise Music, and on there you're gonna be able to see a lot more music-oriented comments. Well, the last thing I want to do before I leave is say thank you for having me. I really appreciate the time, and I appreciate you supporting me and helping push me out there. And I couldn't thank you enough, you know. I definitely enjoyed, you know, being a part of your movement. And, you know, unfortunately, all we have is we had to do the video interview this time. But in the future, maybe we'll be able to get a live interview someday, you know, when we meet up at a show, or, you know, I go on tour and I come through your area or something, you know, you never know. So definitely, you know, stay in touch. And you know, we'll do some more interviews in the future, even if it's about whatever. It doesn't even have to be about me. It could be interviews on opinion, and you want to see what other artists in the industry are thinking. I'll tell you what I think, and I won't BS you. So thanks again, and I appreciate it. And stay looking out for me, idrisemusic.com, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.
Drug money, wristwatches and pinky rings you never seen. Triple black, Maybach from in your dreams. Fuck it, I see a resolution, a perfect plan involving me and my girl future. Look around, see how the world do you.
And I got you, you're with my crew.
Baby, I can't lose. Have you met Bill? Have you met Tay?
It's now DV.
My crew is so untamed.
Don't fight the feeling. Don't fight the feeling, baby. Don't fight the feeling.
You can be featured on Jugo Azul versus Entertainment. Just send your emails to jugoazulentertainment@gmail.com.